Okay. Can I get a mic check from you guys, please? Draco,
Check, check.
Nim,
Check, check.
and can I hear from the Jake Dog?
Check, check.
Beautiful. All right. Jake, at 12 exactly 12 noon, you're gonna go into your intro, okay, bro?
Sounds good.
All right. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Everything seems to be working just fine. So we'll the announcement's gone out. Let's see if we can get some people flooding in. I'm gonna actually see if we started the event. And we have not started the event, so I'll do that.
Oops.
We are now live.
That's
There
awesome.
we go. Okay, 2 minutes. Oh, you know what? Let me go post the link.
Ruler, what up, bud? I see Ruler in the audience. How are you, bud? Oh, Charmy. Wolfie showed up, as always.
Hey, Wolfie.
Gonna be hopefully that notice. I don't think I can ping at server member, but I tried.
Mhm. Come on, where is it? Oh, there it is.
So how was everybody's Saturday? Everyone's Saturday good?
Yeah,
And
I went
and
to
Sunday starting off good? Yeah. You went where, sorry?
I went to. Have you heard of Jungle Cat World in Clarington?
No.
It's like a small little zoo in Clarington, and I took me, my parents, sister, my brother's family. We all went there with my nieces and nephew, and it was actually a really fun time.
You had a good time.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like fun.
pretty cheap. Yeah, it was a good time.
It is time. Hello and welcome to the Sunday stage. Thank you all for coming. We have a great list of updates this week to go over. I want to remind everybody there is a live chat channel to ask your questions. I want to also remind you to leave your ID for a nice little reward after. And you can put your hand up if you would like to come up on stage and ask a question. Reminder that is not to say hi, just to ask questions. And do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube and Twitch channel. We are live on both of them. Without further ado, I'll give it away to Otto.
Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you everyone for joining us for another Sunday stage fun time. I was going to be a little bit of a dull stage this week, not a lot of news, and then the devs dropped us an amazing update. We were talking about it pre-show, and I think there's a lot of excitement from everyone on the stage team, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of excitement from everyone in the audience with these new updates. Draco, what's your take on these on this update? I'm excited.
Honestly, whew, I am really excited because I can't tell you enough, and anyone else who is, pay to win, light spender, seasonal revival fungi packs. Oh my goodness, I can't tell you how many times I bought a few packs and no one wants to fight us, so they just go to absolute waste, unfortunately. So with this new update coming, it's perfect. If you buy seasonal revival fungi packs and you're not using them and it's built to end the season, no one's attacking you, no worries. The devs are actually making it possible to say, hey, you know what? You spent money on this. and you're not able to use it, no worries. Once you're done, we're going to give you ant coins now. So honestly, I'm really liking that little feature there for one of the optimizations there. So, you spend money on the revival fungi packs and you're not using it, no worries. You're going to get some ant coins instead. So personally, I really like that. Like, how about you, Nim? I know you like to buy the packs once in a while and you definitely enjoy your fighting. What do you think about that little feature?
Actually, I'm a big fan because I like to plan ahead. So now I can hit the event, and if you're a light spender, you can pick up the one or two of the smaller packs each week when they come back into the store, and so that you can kind of stock up. And now you can start buying early, because usually I don't buy in the first week or so because you're not sure how the event is going to play out, and now I can pick up those packs with no worries. And then if I get diamonds at the end, I can save those diamonds for the next event and picking up packs, or not diamonds, or ant coin.
That was
Have like a little
That's a Freudian slip right there, because I think one of the discussions we were having pre-stage was
why not diamonds?
Why isn't there a diamond pack? Right? Like, let the free to play go. Like, let's see more free to play interaction, more fungi available. If they're opening it up where I'm going to get my ant coin back or my money back, right? Because it's basically a refund, is what they're telling us. They're ready to give us our money back. Then why not allow free to plays to purchase with diamonds? It just makes more sense if it's a commodity like that now. So we're advocating. I'll advocate for it. We'll make the suggestions to the dev team that diamonds should be a girl's best friend, not just a girl's, but all ants' best friends.
Yeah, like, maybe at least one pack of diamonds. I'm not sure, what the price they might make it at. Maybe let's say $40K for an 8-hour revival fungi. Oh my god, it's slipping my mind. Just a pack, 8 hours. You get 8 hours worth of revival fungi, 40K diamonds. That's something that will really help and will make the free-to-play players feel more into the season, be able to fight longer, instead of seeing, pay-to-win and late spenders play for hours upon hours because they're buying those revival fungi packs. So, it's something it's whisper into a fairy's ear.
Big Dog.
Diamonds.
Yeah.
This is one of your first opportunities to go to an event, correct?
We've been to. This will be our fourth island now.
Oh, fourth. Okay. So you've experienced life with the fungi.
Yeah.
You've experienced fungi life. So I think we've been. What has it been, Draco? Our server range has been just over a year available to go, a year and a half of going into events, and fungi management has always been like that. Do you buy as soon as we land? What do our allies look like? What do our enemies look like? Are we going to be able to fight? There's plenty of times where Vikings gets to an event, and it's happened a couple times where we gear up for a 38-day brawl, and it turns out to be a 15-day snooze fest. And I'm sitting on fungi, so you guys are welcome up in that server range with the change.
Yeah, I think that's a great change. Like, I'm kind of the same way as Nim. I wouldn't really buy the fungi packs unless I knew for sure there was going to be a fight. And now I don't really have to worry about that. And I also think that the diamonds option that you guys are talking about is a great idea too. Like, that would just help getting the whole alliance fighting and firing on cylinders.
It would definitely help on Barren Land with those environmental zones, right?
Ooh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and even an option in Season Store, like a small option.
Yeah, small pack option. Get
Yeah,
it on. Let's do it.
Yeah, an hour, 2 hours, in seasonal store. Yeah, why not? It'll also make players feel more enticed to getting as much seasonal fruit as possible too. Right? So those are something that'd be very nice to have. But this update has a few other things in here too. So the second point is optimize the rally time selection feature. The interface will now default to the rally time previously chosen by you.
It's
I gotta
almost
say,
like they listened to the show.
there's secretly a dev in here.
They're
Hope
secretly
so.
listening to us. I think this update is amazing. Yeah, how many times it frustrates me because I'm a solo pangolin guy. I'm not a hive follower, so whenever the pangolin gets placed, and by the way, the pangolin gets placed in a place where there's nobody, but by the end of the day, everybody is around that pangolin, I refuse to move. So my march times are sometimes 2, 3, 4 minutes long. I don't care. But to sit there and have to go from the 5 minute to the 1 minute, from the 5 minute to the 1 minute, just take the step out of it for me, please. So I'm happy to see that they've actually listened and they're going to, and makes perfect sense that when you click on a button, that choice remains. So pay attention to that, guys. If you're someone who switches between 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, an hour rally, it's going to remember your last selection. One question that we did have was, will it remember a launch when full? Will that be a remembered item? We don't know yet. But the reason I jumped in, and I apologize for jumping in, guys, I am super excited. This is like my favorite part. This is my favorite part of the whole update.
Yeah, seriously, because I can't tell you how many times I had to cancel rallies because I put a minute rally for one, and then I quickly do the next one, and it's a 5 minute one.
Yeah.
No. Minute, please. Hopefully it stays like that. Oh my goodness. Especially for geckos when we go on season, free teleports in the area, and no need to take all the geckos in one certain area because no one wants to TP and waste them. So that's gonna be a great little feature, and I honestly can't wait for it either.
Why are you TPing near the pangolin on server anyways? Like, please, people, save and conserve your teleports. We need those for season. I can't stress this enough. Rallying for 2-3 minutes to the pangolin isn't going to kill you. Please, I beg you, save your teleports.
Exactly, but I'm not too sure if I can talk about this, but just to show that the fairies and devs do listen to player suggestions, because I've seen a lot of players say, oh, fairies don't check world suggestions, the devs don't use them. No, they actually do. They actually go through that channel and see what players will like to have implemented in the game, certain features, updates, add-ons, whatever. So just to say that there is going to be a change coming to the Pango, and the issue of 20 to, I've seen 30 players surrounding the Pango not moving. So something's coming, and I don't know what at all, but I hope it's, I know Nim here had an idea, and I wanted to hear what she has to say about it. But for me, I was thinking maybe they might add 2 placements for Pangos. You place one in one spot and another in another spot, so the alliance can split into 2 groups instead of everyone converging on the one. But Nim, what was your suggestion you had?
Well, I think there's a couple options that they could consider when it comes to pangolin. First of all, our march speeds could be faster like they do in season, which then you don't have to move in order to get hits on that particular target, because there's a few critters that we have to place and march at, and of course waste teleports for us when you're not in season. Or, you replace it for so it's a different pangolin placement for each. You could do each different types. So one for shooters, one for carrier, one for. But I mean, then again, too, you're also wasting teleports when it comes to that as well. So, I mean, personally, I think it was Otto who stated when we were having the conversation was just make it like the groundhog. So there's more than one target.
Yeah, I agree. Make it dynamic. Don't make it a stationary target. Because if it's a dynamic target and it's reoccurring or resetting, like how often do the groundhog cave, how often does it reset on the map? Is it every 12 hours or is it every 24? Where they're not in the same place. They keep cycling through, right? They'll move, they'll randomize themselves. I think the pangolin should do the same thing. And if you want to waste teleports chasing the pangolin around the map, that's your prerogative. But I think it would stop a lot of like the alliance migration that happens. Like it's almost like we're doing this slow dance, rotating around the tree. Like we're right beside the mud. We're near the level 7 nodes, and we just keep moving ourselves up around the tree in this giant circle. So yes, Wolfie, I do blame you. You keep placing it. I know, I see it. But you do place it. You place it in a smart position. You have the right intention, but people just silly and surround the thing. So but
and stay there forever.
Yeah, and then they don't move. It's like if you have enough foresight to teleport in, don't be selfish and teleport out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I mean I rant about that stuff because I'm a huge pangolin parker. If I'm R5 for the event and I see people who are constantly parking by the pangolin, and especially in season, like you're in season and you're parking, you got free teleports, man. When you're done, move. Like, go away. Anyways, that's we're a little bit off topic, but whatever.
Yeah. Just quickly too, I actually seen one person put 2 questions in stage topics. So I just want to quickly touch on that before we move on. And their first question is, Underground Maze, what buffs are better? What ants to revive? Personal pick of ants based on enemy, or go for suggested ones? Jake Dog, what do you have to say about that question?
For the Underground Maze, I'd read them very carefully, because some of them, there's 3 buffs that come up, and some of them that come up are automatically a higher percentage. If you look, it will say like a 3% gain versus a 1% gain. I would always choose the higher percentages, and I would also always look for things that are going to buff your damage.
Okay, and when you revive your ants, because you get, I believe it's 4 free picks to revive ants. Do you usually do your strongest ones, or what?
Yeah, I do the 4 strongest that I have, unless like my cooldown is really high, then I would think about choosing that one instead of another one.
Okay, nice. Yeah, for me personally, I never purchase any. That's one thing. For me, as a pay-to-play, I actually never purchase extra revival. Probably should, but I don't. Usually, I'll pick the ones that have the most stars that are pure damage ants. That helps me a decent amount. I'm too lazy to pick different ones, so usually it's mostly all shooters. But that helps. And also what someone in Vic does, I see Q in here. I'm pretty sure she does it too. I'm 99% sure. They unlock all the skills for their ants, even ones that they never use. And that helps a lot for the underground, right? So I'm at fault for that. I don't do it. Yep, Q does. Yep, she definitely does. That's why her underground score is a lot higher than mine. But, if you have extra shells and extra spores, I suggest, unlocking all those skills for all of your special ants. You don't use them? Oh well, it will still help you for the underground maze compared to a special ant that has no skills unlocked. But yeah, so that was one question, and the other one. So it's PAX prices. We had prices gone up due to inflation on Europe and US. Now inflation is at half. When prices are coming down again? Question mark. Shouldn't it be some kind of price index? Honestly, I can't see it coming down. I know the player who asked these questions aren't currently here in the audience, but personally, I can't see prices coming down. So that's one thing. I wish they would, trust me. Even for special ants. I always say they are pretty expensive, but I can't see it anytime soon.
I'm gonna tell you right now, inflation is artificially created, and it never goes the opposite direction. So it's not there. There is never. I have never heard anyone talk about a deflationary economy. So I think the high prices or the heightened prices are here to stay. Just because inflation has come down doesn't mean that costs have reduced from that reduced inflation. It just means there's more supply of goods in the marketplace. Being that there is digital goods here and there is no supply and demand on those digital goods, I don't see a reason for them to lower the cost of any of the packs. So that's
A lot. Oh, sorry, Otto.
no, that's an opinion. It's not fact, but I've never heard of a deflationary economy. So
Yeah, like I can see the devs lowering prices for items that they notice no one is really buying. Right? So let's say a pack is, okay, this is being Canadian, sorry, but $69.99. If pretty sure like after a while, when I say a while, I mean quite a bit of time, and they've noticed that no one's really buying it. I could potentially see them maybe putting a discount on it to make it a little bit cheaper. So instead of $69.99, probably $49.99. But yeah, I can't see it. But I gotta ask, anyone here have the Black Knight? Anyone at all in the audience?
I
No?
wish it was out in our range. Be soon.
Oh man, Jake Dog, what was the last new, quote unquote, new special ant that you guys got?
wasn't it EJ?
No, that has not came out yet for our range.
What you just
Yeah.
posted? What did you post? You posted something the other day. I remember
Was
seeing that.
the two insects?
Oh, that's
Mantis
right.
And the parrot came out.
Yeah. That's what it was.
So we should be getting the Black Knight, the EJ, and then the PN shortly.
Wait, PN. Oh, the new insect, right?
I thought the PN was a carrier paid, but maybe I'm wrong. I think there's 3 paid ants that we have not seen yet.
Really? Okay, now you just piqued my interest. Okay.
All
me
those
log into it.
carriers out there, calling all farmers, all the farmers with those carriers. No, I'm joking. I'm not insulting you guys. My carrier pango scores are the highest.
Okay. Sorry, quickly checking. Okay, so
I knew I'd get the eyeballs from Q. Sorry.
Okay, Hammer said, I think last new ant is the LB in the 1100 range.
Yeah, that does add up. It would have
Okay.
been the last one.
Okay, LB. So after LB was Black Knight and then EJ, if I'm not mistaken. And anyone in the audience, if I am mistaken, please correct me, please. But yeah, so the new awakening for BK was released this week, and I actually saw some players actually purchase it and start using it. Unfortunately, I haven't fought anyone in duels or in mods who has the awakening, let alone has BK, but actually went back into duels, scrolled through players that I'm pretty sure have it, and here, I'll post it. I had to shake my head because I saw what March it was, but bear with me while it loads. Anytime. Sorry, Discord issues.
Sometimes it's slow in the Discord to get the pictures loaded. But I haven't
there it
seen
is.
anyone with Black Knight in my.
So, right off the bat, I'm starting to see a lot of GCC, for example, like right here. But, they already have the Awakening to purple tier. Holy.
Yeah. Ouch.
That's not that much. It doesn't cost that much to get. Like Laffy, I'm pretty sure I got my Laffy on 2 rounds of that event to gold. Right? Because you can do it 3 times, no? Can't you? You can buy it 3 times. So
I think you need 4 for purple though, right?
No.
No. Oh wait,
So-
maybe.
You need
No,
1 for the basic, 1 for
Is it-
blue, and then 2 for purple.
Yes.
So you can buy it
Yes.
4 times then.
So you need 7 times in total to get it to the max tier, which is a gold or orange, what some people say.
Yeah. So gold. Yeah, the gold or orange, whatever. Gold marble. But yeah, so you can do it in 2 events. 2 of those events, you can get your marble gold.
Or even the last event that came before the Treasure Bees, they had that little option of if you get that selective pack, I believe it was for 3,600 points for one of the older pay-to-win ants, you would have gotten old, quote-unquote, special ant awakening. So,
Well, those are the ones that have slowed down. So that when you were talking about doing discounting and stuff like that, that's where they give you the advantage to the free-to-play. Like, you're talking about the awakening for the Ghost Stand, for Croata, that awakening.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
So I bought those just to up my awakening gallery because it was such a good value to get those, because waiting every week for your shells from the underground maze takes forever, and you can just use your points from the event to get one of those awakenings to activate. So I mean, that's where the devs really are going to throw it, and then you'll start to see the things that slow down, like the spending that slows down on certain items. Right, so you know whether or not to invest your money in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Pango, the ants move in the same direction. They kind of get left in the dust. So it's necessary to pay attention to those packs to see what people are spending money on or not.
Yeah, exactly. But unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to, fight anyone with the Awakening for BK, because I remember Guppy, who was unable to join today, was talking quite a bit about the Awakening for Black Knight, and honestly, I kind of wish I had a Black Knight just so I could get its Awakening, because it sounds OP like heck. Holy. Right?
You want a BK? You're gonna run what's your T10 tree look like for guard?
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. I think it's at 12% right now.
So the reason why you're giggling is because you can dream about a GSS lineup, but you're far from it.
Yeah, before T10s, I was running GSS. I know that's something Otto here does not like. He likes his straight shooter.
No,
But
I will go GSS, but I'm going to go GSS when I have T10s in my guard. Like
yes,
until I'm fully ready to go, I'm not moving off of that stance. That GSS, when you got T10s on your shooters, then I understand the whole guard protects and the front line needs to last longer, but I'm not sacrificing the hitting power of T10s in my front line.
because honestly, like for a while, I kept on trying different formations before I got T10. So I had PA. Recently EJ and Laffy, and it was doing way better than if I had straight shooter. So instead of PA, I was using Dolly, and that formation wasn't doing good for me at all. It was just pure GSS. But once I got my T10s unlocked, oh, my GSS is nothing now. Can't hit as good as my straight shooter. But if I had
T10, or until you get the T10 free on guard about 3/4 of the way.
then it's really going to start rocking, and that's when Black Knight would be perfect for GSS March. So I know some players were asking what kind of formations would work good for Black Knight. I guess like Otto said, it depends where you are for T10s. If you're like me and Nim and Otto, I'm not sure what Jake Dog's going for, but if you're going straight for T10s for anything but guards, maybe a mixed March might not be too good, but I'm pretty sure right here that I posted the GCC, that would work pretty well in my opinion, especially they got a 7-star VJ Ant in there too.
Jeez.
Holy!
Season eggs.
That's a lot of season eggs.
Way too many. Because it's what? Lucky Hatch is at 100. I believe the next one is at 300, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yeah, 300.
600.
Yep,
600.
Yeah, then you can choose.
Yeah. I have yet to do that because I refuse to buy it. I stopped buying eggs almost a year ago because I was so disgruntled. I spent the amount of money I was dumb. I was a young auntie, and instead of spending money on pay-to-win ants, I spent money on eggs trying to get a remaster, and I'm not even going to tell you, countless paychecks on trying to hatch that remaster when I could have just bought pay-to-win ants and had a crazy March right off the bat. So I'm a little disgruntled, but that's only my personal experience.
Yeah, see, well, lesson learned, and you get to tell others.
I'm the same though. With my hatch luck, like when I can hatch 3 golden spinies in under 5 minutes, I am not buying eggs. Like it's just not happening.
Yeah, like honestly, I wish they had a better system for hatching eggs, because honestly, I'm seeing ever since our alliance came back from season, there has been really no good hatches whatsoever. Just spiny after spiny, or as the general for me. So I'm still waiting for a day where the devs can implement some kind of system. I don't know if they ever will or how it would be like, but
I got a Taylor, an Namek Taylor the other day.
Oh,
I was so happy I didn't need it.
but yet I'm pretty sure there's players who need that, right?
Yeah,
for the meteorite.
For the meteorite building? Yeah, I know. I know specifically one person. I'm not going to name any names, but they can definitely use that ant.
Yep, exactly. And I see here Hammer said in chat that it's been over a year and he still hasn't hatched a Shikari Master.
Wow.
Oh, see,
I wish I could help you with that, brother. Like, It is so ridiculous. And you want to know something? I hatched, and this is back before they required the dupe to unlock skill 6. And, or when they did require the dupe to unlock skill 6, I couldn't unlock skill 6 on that remaster for a year. It was a year of waiting and waiting and waiting. And now I have 6 shells sitting in my shells. So it's just the way the game works, man. It plays on your emotions. Takes you in the,
Way too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wish there was a way. I know we've talked about it before, and I actually brought it to the ferry, and I don't think they're ever going to do anything about it. But trading shells, not anything ridiculous. Like Otto over here has, I'm just going to say, Silver Ant, and I trade him a Spiny for it. Nothing like that. I want them to start hearing these ants, which will also help players understand how useful some of these ants are. Like, I remember when I first started, I hatched, oh my god, what was it? Probably one of the masters. I didn't know how good it was. I didn't really like it. I think it was a Shikari master, and I fed it to, I think, like Giant Tooth. Right? Because I didn't know better, because there was no way for me to fully understand how good an ant was. So, if there's tiers for these ants, then it would be easier for players to understand how good they are. And then also, if there was a trading system, you're able to trade shells for those certain tiers. But, I can't see that happening anytime soon. And unfortunately, for players who need a certain ant for certain evolutions, I wish you all the best. I really do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, unfortunately. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead,
really
Jake Dog, sorry.
I just really don't think they would ever add an ant trading system, just for the reason of farms. Like, it seems everybody gets the best luck on their farms, gets all the ants they want on their farms, and the farms will just trade all their ants away.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so of course, and I've even mentioned it when adding that suggestion, is having restrictions. So either you're only able to trade shells with hills that are in the server or within the alliance. So I know some people will get farms, but they aren't on the same server or even the same alliance or even the same server range. Like, I have another account and it's on 1219. So I wouldn't be able to trade with that whatsoever. But still, it's something I like to dream about. I'm going to get my remaster over here, but yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to see it anytime soon. But yeah.
No trading. Won't happen.
Even just returning shells, because I know when that last meteorite came out, or the one before, I had tons of shells, but I had to rehatch the ant because I had shelled everything. I was like, darn it. So like, you're sitting on 6 shells of an ant you need for meteorite, and you're like, you really should be able to return it to like active duty, I guess.
Yeah, return it to its physical form. Like with me, my Reapmaster, I have 3 shells sitting there, and I don't actually have a physical copy.
That's
right?
terrible. Going in
Yeah.
and looking shells every day, and you have to look at the ant that you need to put in the meteorite building.
Oh yeah, been there, done that. Sucked.
That would torture me.
Yeah, oh, trust me, it's torturing me right now. Like, I dropped a level from the Awakening Gallery, and I've noticed a lot of people don't actually fully look at their Awakening Gallery and see the buffs that certain levels provide. Like right now, I'm sitting at, I think, level 10, and the next level will actually boost a decent amount for shooter attack. So, having my Reapmaster back, adding its Awakening back, that's going to bump me up back to level 11. But, I even made a suggestion to the fairy about that too. Poor fairy. If you're secretly listening in, I am sorry for spamming you for all those suggestions, but one of them was to be able to convert a shell back get into the physical end, right? So hopefully they listen. If not, I'm just gonna cry until it's 2030 and I finally have a remaster.
Yeah.
And I say 2030 because I am pretty sure I'll be playing this game until 2030.
You'll be playing this game for another 6 years.
Oh, probably.
Hey, who knows?
That's good. I like the ambition. You got goals, life goals, bro.
Yeah, you know it. Especially the amount of money I put into this game. I ain't gonna be playing this until
Right?
they close the entire game down.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Oh,
you have to write it into your will so your kids can inherit your account.
oh, bro, it's already there. It's already there. My son knows that he has to carry on the auto legacy. Like, like, let's do it. We got to get to that 40 million Pango score. We need that. We're striving for 40 mil.
That's more than 6 years.
But you know what? You actually brought up a point that I was just thinking about, and I actually did see someone putting a road suggestion. So, for you guys, do you guys ever find it tough getting into the rankings for Groundhog to get the rewards? Yeah. Nim here does. Otto, yeah.
What I get 5 shells every 2 minutes. Or 5,
Okay.
Skins.
Okay,
I
how
do-
about you, Jake Dog?
Yeah, about the same. It's tougher for me to crack above 5 free fragments.
Sorry, Nim, what were you going to say?
I was going to say I do now because I have an EJ, but yeah, it was a bit of like when you move servers, it was a bit of a shell shock. You're like, oh, dang, like that's the minimum score to be in the top 50? Ouch.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a bit motivating too, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always motivating looking at your score drop and you're like, wait, what do I got to do?
And then you grind on it just to get into those rankings.
Gotta pull some overtime.
Yeah, but I do know where you're going with this because I also saw that that to open the reward system so that it's easier because there's like a significant difference in reward levels, right?
Yep. Because here, let's see if I can pull up some scores from our server, 850. But yeah, because they only do up to 50 ranks, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So on average, a server will have about 300 active players, maybe 200. So, a decent amount of them aren't going to be getting in, especially those who aren't the strongest, right? Free to play can't really compete compared to pay to win player, depending on what that pay to win player spends on. But here, I'm just getting certain screenshots.
So what are you saying? You want to open up the availability of more rewards for higher ranks or lower ranks?
Yeah. For so instead of 50, increase it maybe to 75, so more players are able to get into the rankings to be given rewards for it, right? So
I think they should do the same thing as they do for Duel of Queens. They should have multiple tiers.
Yeah. That does make sense because right now it kind of discourages you from being on a very active server because you're not going to get all those same rewards.
Well, that's what we're faced with right now is we can't get top. We don't get top Duel of Queens. We don't get top Pango, and some of the Alliance players that we are on the same server with completely ignore the request. Like, everyone should be able to get rank number 1 who can get up that high, right? Like, I find myself, the highest rank I get is 5 right now because the top 4 players are like super whales on our server, and they won't lower their scores for you to break into the, so I lose out on rewards for 3, 4, or 3, 2, and 1 position on Duel of Queens, and it's like, why you gotta be so selfish, man? Spread the reward around, and making me stronger on the server is not gonna hurt you. You're already light years ahead of me in everything about your account, but like the reward system on the Pango, on the Groundhog, I think it needs an update. I think you're right. I think there needs to be some sort of tiered reward system, because those guys, like, you're always going to be at the top.
Exactly.
I push myself to always be in the top 50. If I don't get my 5, it's because I missed my Groundhog that week, right? If I don't get my 5 shells, but I've relegated my account to say, you know what? If I get 5 shells, I'm happy. I'm not going to push for anything else. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, so like increasing, like I just posted our server's bottom. I didn't realize until I posted. Sorry, Otto, but so Otto was in 50th place, and he had 784 million points, right? And I can tell you right now, Otto is a strong player. Like, I'm still struggling to beat his marches and duels. So that's one thing, but players who don't get that much, like I know a decent amount of players who are still hitting between 3 to 500 million and aren't there, and they're struggling to even get the Groundhog skin. So if they open that up, and I'm not saying if you place 70th place, you're going to get 5 shells, but at least like 1, 2 maybe. Make them feel included, give them the rewards, and make them feel like, okay, I'm not in a super active server with whales here, and make them feel included, that they're contributing, and they feel that they're having progress done. But,
and you pulled my Pango scores with the wrong antline. Why
You mean your Groundhog?
I was my Groundhog, man. I was testing that week. Why you gotta do that?
Is that the week we were mocking you? But I was like, what happened to your scores? I was like, my God.
What happened is I switched up my March to be more PvP, and was testing to see what the best PvE lineup I could throw together. And it turns out that Dolly and Weaver do not have any sort of PvE. They don't even register any hits. It's all skills. But I can't believe you just posted that. You made me sad.
You still got 50.
Boy.
I still got my 50. What happened was the last 5 hits. That only happened in the last 5 hits because I moved everything back, knowing I could get to the and it was like a calculated. I would have cried if I didn't hit it, but I was like calculating it, going, okay, because I waited to the very end to do my Groundhog, so that I could see whether or not I could hit 50 with the testing. So, and it looks like my math worked a little bit too well. So, and it didn't matter if I get 49th anyways. I still got 5 skills. So, it didn't matter. But
we already have this job.
I found the lineup that I am using now for PvE Groundhog. So it's good.
Oh, what are you using, if you don't mind me asking?
I swap out the Dolly Weaver front and middle, and I go GA and remaster, and it hits like a hammer.
Nice.
So as long as the remaster fires, I get decent scores. But I think someone else posted the suggestions to lower the amount of times you the Groundhog and the Pango is. I am dead set against that. I would actually like to see. I think 20 on the Groundhog is perfect because you're able to average out and see what your average scores are. So you can do testing 5 hits on each march that you wanted to do, because I think it takes at least 5 hits to get an average. And then lowering that actually reduces my ability to test my hands. So I'm not a fan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I even do the same thing, even for Pangos. Besides carriers, because, it's carriers. start carry mains, but I like switching up formations. So I'll do 3 different formations, 5 hits each at the very start of Groundhog to see which ones do better. And if they drop the amount of times you get to attack the Groundhog, I'm not really going to be able to test as much. And, sometimes even my 20th hit will get me my new personal best score. So I'll actually like to keep it there. But,
Now I run it the same way though. Like if I change a lineup, I'll run it I'll want to run it for 5 to get a good picture of how it's actually going to hit. So
yeah.
I'm like Otto. I would much rather have 20 because it gives me more options to switch it up and run it. Because you're not going to run it for 1 hit and think, that's all I'm going to get from it. You have to push the number of times you run it.
Well, there's such a range, right? Like my shooter goes from 795 up to 1.1 billion. Like, how do you like
same?
Like, how do you get, like, if you were to hit it twice and it would go 795, 850, okay, yeah, that's my range. That's not your range. Your range is, 1.2 to 795 to 1.2 billion. So, like, there needs to be more. So, I'm glad that I'm happy that someone has an idea for a suggestion. I'm not entirely sure I agree with it though. So, anyways.
Yeah, but I was using, go figure, I know my name here is Draco, but my main account is not named Draco, so it's kind of confusing, but Draco, my 3rd account in 1209, I was a little curious, started going around, seeing how players are doing, what they're using, and what things they are adding on for their PvE, and some of them aren't, they don't know. So there's a few things that you have to change to get the best scores as possible. So Jake Dog, I'm actually quite interested in hearing what you do, minus the special ads. What things do you add on to be able to obtain a higher score
on your Groundhog?
Yeah,
definitely set my reforms, of course, get your attack and defense buff on, even though I don't know if the defense buff does much, but why not?
Yeah, it doesn't. That's one thing too. Some players, even myself, I forget sometimes, but when you're doing Groundhog and Pango, they don't attack back, so defense doesn't do anything but attack. But yeah, so you do your reform for attack, and what else?
Yeah, the reform as well for the Pangolin or the Groundhog, whatever it is that week. And then also I try to switch the Raider buffs, whatever's
Yes.
applicable to attacking. Haven't unlocked very many of them yet, though. 75 on the Raider or something.
Oh my goodness, you're almost close to me. But yeah, so and that's one thing too. For the longest time, I was actually running for class features for Raider was attack during the War of Kings, thinking that was actually helping. Yeah, no, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that only helps for that little 1 day event or half a day event.
Yeah. So I know for me, there's special and whatever type. So for me, shooter, special attack, skill for shooters. That's one thing players should add. So just focusing on Groundhog, your class features need to be switched up. So from your main, your shooter attack, special and attack, and then also your attack mutation. Some players I've noticed actually forget about that. So you need to switch that on to your highest attacking hands. right? So in your mutation pool, you go to mutation and mutation ability attack. That should be leveled up quite a bit because that should be in your pro and you're going to see a big difference. That should be on. And then also when you go to your queen buff, your attack bonus. Your attack bonus, your mutation attack, reform, class features. All that will give you the highest possible score for your PvE. And then when it comes for Pango, Groundhog, Shooter, Carrier, Switch Up, every single one of those. Besides, the attack bonus, because that's for everything. But all that will give you the highest possible scores, and then mostly depending on your lineups for your PvE. Right? So, any newer players who just learned something today, I hope you definitely learned that, because not too long ago, I just learned about the attack mutation. I wasn't even switching that around for Pango, for Garden Carriers. And once I did that, I've noticed a huge jump in my scores. So that's something to keep in mind.
Most people don't pay attention to the mutations because they're very expensive to upgrade. Like the amount of spores they take to upgrade, people shy away from that whole building. But if you're absolutely right. If you were able to flip over your mutations and focus on that, it's a significant increase in your PvE scores.
Exactly, and not just PvE, but also it affects your PvP, right, Otto?
Yeah, PvP for sure, but that's why most people don't pay attention to it, because they leave it specifically on their pro troops, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
actually,
but to rotate it through, like you rotate your mutation, you have that Pango attack, not mutation, but the Pango attack reform, yeah, the Pango attack reform. Thank you guys. I've sat there and I've hit the Pango like 3 times. Like, why are my scores so low? And I'm like, I didn't move the reform. So it makes a significant difference. So
exactly.
I think Sebi wants a screenshot of that mutation. Let's see if we can get it for him.
The attack one?
The question, well, no, he wants the target one. Is that, you see, what I've been working on right now, which most people probably, I haven't heard many people discuss this, in my mutations, I'm actually trying to get the own at least 5 level 20 mutations, because I want the Init squad skill attack plus 0.3% for level 1. I want to unlock that, the next mutation.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. I need to start unlocking the other ones because I barely have any. My levels are pretty low. Only for the fact that I have too many special ants that need spores. But, I'm going to start switching over to getting this done. But Hammer, I left mine at 20 because a lot of the oh my god, I can never say that word. The requirements are level 20 mutations. So here, I'll shame myself and put that in there. But let me post this now.
Oh, look at you, Nim, with your mutations. You got 3 at level 20. So what did you put the new mutation on?
I haven't unlocked it yet.
You need 5 at level 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Are you taking all those gold shells that you were hoarding and actually converting them to spores to use?
Oh yeah, I'm down to 66 gold
Good
shells.
For you. No, good for you. That is amazing. You were primed and ready to go. When you told me about that, I was like, oh my god, I'd have mutations. Those would be mutations.
Well, and it also helped me upgrade a bunch of ants that I was shifting. So yeah, it's come in handy. Now I have to rehoard some shells.
Yeah, I need to start doing the same too, because honestly, I only have one mutation at 20, and I need that in its squads skill attack plus the base is 0.3%, but still I need that.
Sebi might be onto something, but Sebi, I would actually do testing with it on and off and see if your average score goes up slightly. So there is a boost in the score with that turned on when you look at your averages. So I know what the wording says, but what the testing reveals is slightly different. Might just be perception, but over a few weeks you can start to get a clearer picture of what you're seeing.
Yeah, so players who are in a boat like me and see the levels of my mutations, that's something that you should really work on too. Like, I'm trying to get certain ants skills maxed, so it's gonna be quite a while till I can get in here, because like Otto said, it does cost a lot to level them up. A lot. And you actually need I don't know if any of you guys remember what it's called, that special spore. What is that called again?
Supreme Spores? Supreme Spores?
Yes, thank you.
Do you want to know the first stage I ever attended almost 2 years ago? I purchased those things, and one of the questions I asked is, what are the Supreme Spores for? No one can answer my question.
Well, that was one of the first things I bought in the game, because
because
just like 100 spores in each.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, dude. That's exactly what I thought. And then I was like, I can't use these things. I don't know where to use these things.
Yeah.
So
There's Sir Luna.
Hey, Sir Luna.
Sir Luna coming in with the actual complete definition explanation on it. Oh, God bless her. But do you guys see Ghost? Look at those.
I know. I'm just
Holy.
like, dang, life goals.
My goodness, I should delete my post. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so
He needs one more. He needs one more level 20 to unlock the next mutation. I guess he's just doing his pro though, so I see what he's doing. He must hit like a hammer.
well, he's getting them to 39, it seems like, because one requirement is level 20s, and then the next set is 39.
Yeah.
So, dang, good for you, Ghost. My gosh. Maybe I need to start working that. So, the first set is you need a certain amount to level 20, and then the next is a certain amount that has to be level 39 to unlock more mutations. I can only imagine how much that costs for spores to even get to level 39. Oh my goodness. But with that said, it's actually the end of stage. So does anyone on stage here have anything they would like to add in before the end? Nin? TikTok? How about you, Otto? Got anything? Nope. Okay.
Did we lose Otto?
Probably lost Otto.
I didn't hear what you said though. There's a customer. I had a customer here talking to me. Sorry, what was the question?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to say, do you have any thing you'd like to put in before we end stage today?
Wise words of wisdom. Don't stare at the sun.
Oh, and don't forget to post your live IDs.
Yeah, post your live IDs, and I want to thank everyone for attending the stage today. We had a good discussion. I'm glad to see that it wasn't as boring as I thought with the new update that's coming out. So I'm really happy to see the fungi. I'm really happy to see that I don't have to click more buttons. I'm also, we didn't touch base on this, but let's report back when we get to season what that special the healing button thing does, the optimization of the healing. I really want to see what that's all about. So hopefully we can report on that next week. But there there's nothing more I want to go over, guys. I think we did. I think it's a wrap. What do you think?
Perfect. Yeah, awesome. Just like to thank everyone. Thank you, Sir Luna, for adding that. So, oh my God, you need a lot of spores to get a 39.
Hey, off duty. What are you doing posting all this stuff off duty? You must have found Did you find a McDonald's to post? I told you to find a McDonald's. Sarluna's off duty because she's on a trip. I'm surprised I see her in the chat. So really appreciate you coming in with the clutch there.
Oh, Sir Luna's the best.
I hope you drove safe, Sarluna. And the food is good. I'm still waiting for photos.
But yes, first thing, just quickly, have a great trip, Sir Luna. Hope you're doing good. But yes, like Nim said, if you guys haven't already, get your in-game IDs, not your Discord IDs, please. You won't get anything, but your in-game IDs. Here's the link. Go there, and the fairy will give you a little gift for just appreciating you guys for joining us today. And, you know, go to Stage Videos if you guys missed the chunk or you like to share anything with your Alliance or any other players. Go there and we will post today's stage there. And make sure you like and subscribe.
Yep.
Put it there. Like, subscribe our YouTube and Twitch videos. And if you guys have anything you'd like us to talk about, go to Stage Topics. If we've mentioned it and you want to hear more about it, go to Stage Topics, post your questions there, and we will bring it up in the next stage. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and hope you guys have a good Sunday, or if it's Monday for you, my apologies. Get through Monday. You can do it.
You silly Canadian with your apologies of apologies. We apologize for apologizing. It's silly.
We do actually.
But yes, take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend, and hopefully next week something interesting will pop up for all of us.
Yep. See you guys next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Sarluna.
Yeah, have fun.